There's only one thing left to say. Let's rev it up!
Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, I got a good game for you guys. This is against Aubrey, the one that got 5th place at the Winchester Regional in the UK this past Saturday. I'll put the little click note to his report, and I'll link it at the end as well. But yeah, like for those of you that have mentioned to do mirror match with me, I always tell you that if we do mirror match, you get to side out the twisters because they're gonna be completely useless. So if you have if you want to main kaijus, if you want to make sphere mode in this case, then you can, because it'll make it it'll make the match much more interesting rather than just being completely one-sided. But yeah, like anyways, I also want to talk about, because Crystal Wing is getting a reprint, and for those of you, there's been quite a few of you that said that you couldn't get Crystal Wing, and now it's gonna be at your disposal because it's gonna reprint it, so it's gonna be easier to access, and that's gonna be really good because Crystal is a pretty important part in this deck, because of course you want to have Quasar Crystal Herald, because like from what I noticed, majority of the players that like aren't familiar with these decks, they just think that you're gonna bring out Quasar and that's it. But that's like 2012, 2020, like back then when Quasar could at least do something on his own. But now you can't just end with Quasar. Like you can't. You have to have at least another negation, and I think you need 3 negations, because like people can play around 2 negations. Playing around 3 is not so easy. Like example, like let's say you're going up against Metalfoes Zoo. They have Dryden Pop, and if they play the Infinity build, they have the Infinity. They have Alkahist, and then on top of that, if they have that one that pops, and on top of that, if they have strikes as well, like it's hard to push through that. Like if it's easier to push through a Dryden and an Infinity than it is to push through a Dryden, Infinity, and Strike, or a Dryden, Infinity, and Alkahist. It's much harder to play through that than it is to play through just a Dryden on its own. Like you just don't do that. You have to be able to like pull off something. Look at Eddie freaking top 6 of freaking severe mode. Oh my god, that's freaking so crazy. So but yeah, like it's just I'm not sure if it's misinterpreted or of how people see Quasar decks or Synchro decks, because that's like old school where you just have even now people say, oh, what's one Quasar gonna do? I'm like, I'm gonna do more than just one Quasar. You have to do more than just one Quasar, because Quasar alone can't do it. And now they have Blazers out. Quasar, Blazer, Herald, Crystal is just insane, man. And especially matched up with Impure Order and Massacre Strict alongside Darks and Morgue. Man, that's crazy good. That's like, oh my god. Like, what do you do to that? Like, I posted I'll put a picture up, because last week at Locals I didn't even mention it, but I pulled off the board. I'll put a picture. Liam, like that was freaking epic. I was playing against Paleo. The grass is greener Paleo, like the Joshua Smith milk. So I ended up going. The picture's there. It was so epic, man. I was like, I have to pull it off, because I was pretty confident that it was consistent enough so it could happen, and it did. I was like, wow. Because like right now, no deck can pretty much out that. The only other significant out is this raw sphere mode that's just a one of, because otherwise you need to deplete your hand, and on top of that, you can have a drill banish to get back a Trish or a Crystal Wing, and then just like. It's just hard for top tier decks not to get over that, unless they open up some sort of like hand trap to help them out and slow you down. Like DD Crow will completely stop you. If they hit that one level eater, then you're completely stopped. But if you have 2, then it's manageable. But like more than likely, if they crow you or they Valor your Librarian, it kind of slows you down. But Valor's not. It depends on if your hand's pretty weak, and then if they Valor your Librarian, you'll be like, oh, okay, I needed those draws. But like if you can manage to pull off and have like more, like at least like 2 or 3 formula plays, that's 3 draws. Like you can set up a Trish or make Quasar at least with the Herald. That's pretty decent still, because that means they'll have the Valor, and then at least with 5 open, starting off with 5 cards. So 2 of those cards you can properly negate, and now that you have Quasar, I mean Blazar, if they try to run over your Herald first, you'll just negate it, end the battle phase, and know how it's going to phase 2, and you still have something to negate. So that's pretty cool. But oh man, this was such a good game. This is like my only out. This is the only way I could have turned this duel around. And I was like slow rolling that damn one day, because I was like, I want to keep it until I finally just go for the big push. And this was the big push. Oh my god, it was so epic. Good game, Aubrey. I'll put the deck list. Boom. All right, so here's the deck list. Okay, so nothing's changed. Everything's the same thing. I like how everything flows. I just like how everything is. I just like how it is. Like, of course, there's times when you can brick if you open up, but every deck bricks. Every deck opens up not that optimal, and there's not much you can do about it. It rarely happens, unless like it's like a constant thing where it keeps bricking. Then there's something wrong with the deck. But as for this deck, like it just doesn't. Like it doesn't brick. It's hard to brick unless you open up like I said, multiple tuners or twin twisters and stuff. Otherwise, you can play around and get to the coral charge play with LeBaron, and it just ends up giving you so much momentum. But yeah, like I said, if you play mirror matches, side out twin twisters and putting in like anything you want, like you feel like kaiju's or spear mode, like Aubrey did. But yeah, that's pretty good. And as you see here, you see Prohibition. I tested this out for like a week or two a few months ago, and in theory, it seemed like it would work and it could work, but I never really like fully committed to it. But I think now that Diddy Crow is being mained and like it's just a big thing and a big deal, I think like when you know you're going first, you have to put it. Like you can't put this in when you're going second. I mean you can, but it could just be chained to. And the reason why this can be an option in this deck is because if they crow you, or if that one, the new hand trap, what the heck's the name of that? The new cherries type thing, the new ogre like archetype thing. Oh my god, I can't come to mind. What's it called? Okay, so I remember now. Okay, Ghost Ash. So like, this card is gonna be pretty intimidating because it can completely stop you. Like during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that moves cards from any main deck to any hand or graveyard, or special summons a monster from the main deck except during damage step, you can discard this card, negate that effect. You can only use once per turn, so that can stop you. It's I thought it was like for the rest of the turn, but I guess it's not for the rest of the turn, just for that one time. So I guess it depends. But yeah, like in the same thing, like you would just use this and just pretty much call anything you want, like when you go in first. Because with this deck, if you just eliminate that risk factor, you're just gonna go off, and your ending field is just gonna be too devastating to come back from. It's just too hard to deal with the Quasar crystal Trish setup on their turn with the Herald. It's just hard to do. Like it's not easy to get over. And depending on, because like alone, like Herald is really good against 60 card decks, because every monster from the deck into the graveyard is banished. It's like a mini macro, so that's really hard to get around. But yeah, like so far I've been testing, and I still need to pick up my playset. So yeah, just a thought. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the game. Thank you, Aubrey, for the game as well. Oh my gosh, that was so awesome! Epic way to end the Skype call. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.